63 is starting now with game number 1, Liereyy against LAaaN group stage. A best of 5 comes our way, and we are jumping into the action now. I already have game selected, and here we go. In the blue trunks, we will have Mr. LAaaN playing the Mayans, and they picked the wrong colors, but okay. And on the other side, we have Mr. Liereyy playing in the red trunks. He is picking Chinese. We already discussed that. The pictures are getting changed at the top as well, and everything looks pretty reasonable. At the top, you can always see the civilizations, Nili and Hera over here. And, well, maybe you take a small look at the maps and can tell me what we can expect out of them.
Yeah, I just think that let's start taking a look at Liereyy's map here. He's got that forward stone and gold in the same area. And that could be quite risky because Mayans can easily go men-at-arm forward if they really want to. So for LAaaN to pressure that early could definitely be an option. He does have that back gold and back stone as well, so that's not too bad. Berries to the side and deer already being pushed in. Always good to push in deer with Chinese.
Ooh, already the first lame here with the sheep. And that is a pretty ugly move. Obviously, laming with an eager warrior against the sheep is absolutely an option. But with the rules of the tournament, you're not allowed to steal a boar with a scout.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing because stealing boar with a scout is obviously way too easy these days. But you still see Liereyy, leaving his scout there with the Vill, or keeping a scout around the board to protect the Vill from getting lamed, because you can obviously still block the villager. Yeah.
Indeed, go in front of it, and Liereyy wants to be super safe, doesn't want to take any risks. He knows, okay, with the Chinese I should have a better start, and as you can see, is already one villager ahead. Villager bugging out a bit, but with Loom, shouldn't be a big problem.
Yeah, it's not too big an issue for him. And he's already going for 4 on wood, 4 on berries. That tells me it could be either men-at-arms or scouts, but knowing Liereyy, I think we could expect to see some men-at-arms out of him, even with Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
No game sound at the moment. That would be really weird. I have the output. Would be on the overlay guy. He's working on it, guys. And yeah, we will just focus on the stuff here. For me, it's really loud. And okay, so he said Chinese man-at-arm opening.
Yeah.
It feels like man-at-arm opening is always good against Meso civilization. Why is that?
Well, the big thing with Meso is that they can easily open men-at-arms into eagles, and so the standard scout skirm play, which is what you normally counter men-at-arms with the standard civ, doesn't really work because skirmishers don't really deal with the eagles that from feudal age from a Meso civ, and for that reason you often want to open men-at-arms yourself just to have that easy tech to counter eagles in the early game. It also defends against men-at-arm forward quite nicely too.
And you also said, although he is Chinese, he's going for men-at-arms.
Yeah, so Chinese a little bit hard to get the early food in, like to go for like 22 pop into enough food for men-at-arms and for the gold as well to for the upgrade and the units. But he lured in a couple deer, and that should fix that problem. And the reason why is because Chinese start with obviously 200 less food for more villagers.
But he only pushed him 1 deer and lost 1 sheep though, so it's kind of even again.
Yeah, that is true. He might have some problems. We'll keep an eye on that, I suppose, but I think he'll be fine overall. The barracks coming out early. It's telling me men-at-arms. I'm pretty certain of it.
Yeah, and still clicking up with the 77 food in the bank. Pop 24, quite an early uptime for him. And Mr. LAaaN on the other side here, he is advancing to feudal age as well. Plays Pop 22, and as we can see, men-at-arms or militia on the queue as well. Will be double men-at-arm opening.
Actually, now that I think about it, Liereyy's not queuing men-at-arms himself. Has he went on to gold so far?
It doesn't look like it. Oh, no,
no, there it is. Yeah, so it is going to be double men-at-arm.
No, it's 3 villagers. And 3 villagers means?
Archers. Okay, all right. So a little bit of trivia there. So archer opening, that might actually be kind of weak, though. I'm not sure how I like that.
Especially with this open gold. It feels like, I'm not sure how much he actually scouted here, Mr. Liereyy. I would be surprised if, okay, he saws the barracks. Okay, he knows that LAaaN is already walling himself up. Now we'll take some damage, 33 HP here at the bottom for him. And, well, he's running away. But, yeah, the gold is pretty open. Needs to wall it ASAP.
But look at LAAN's position. He's already fully walled at home. And with the men-at-arms early, he gets the full map control. And then he can easily switch into skirmishers once he scouts the full archers, like the straight archers from Liereyy. I really favor LAAN's position here.
Instant archer range as well before seeding too many farms.
I think that's a big mistake.
That's the MBL way to play it.
Yeah, it's not too bad because you get the archers out nice and early, But the thing is, you give up a lot of eco, and when you're fully walled, you don't need the early military at all. You can go for the eco. So I don't. If he starts making archers here, I think this is a mistake. What he should do is go for eco and then go for skirms once he scouts the archery ranges.
Maybe he feels, okay, I have the man-at-arms out. His goal is so open. Maybe
Yeah.
the first archer can just pressure this area so much.
Yeah, that is true. So if he just makes 1 or 2 archers just to get the pressure down, that could be worth it. You know, in the early game at least. Good reaction from Liereyy so far, though. Really nice.
Absolutely, with the nice quick vault here. Getting reasonable HP on those as well. As you can see, population here, LaaaN slightly ahead because of the military, but Liereyy double archery range, and that's an untypical position for the archery rangers, don't you think?
The reason he made them there, I think, is just to not get them denied at all from the men-at-arms, just to make it easier on him, not to get them delayed or anything, so just to play safe, pretty much.
Okay.
What it comes down to.
Like, normally the ideal position is probably something in front of the goal to protect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea. He's walling up the whole map over here. I would have loved to see a house behind that area because now a villager could come over there, but rarely do we see a guy play a fully walled and then send a villager
Yeah,
forward.
exactly. I doubt that's going to come into play. But you see how the men-at-arm aggression is already being defended quite nicely. So those guys are pretty much useless now that the archers are on the field. We'll see what he can do with those as he sends them back home.
Okay, Linus chasing this down. And actually helping Liereyy out a bit here. Going back now and... Well, we have 2 archers and 1 skirmish out. I always
Yeah.
feel it's so much easier to go for 2 archers, but skirms are such a better addition in this spot.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's feeling the need to go aggressive, even though he's fully walled. Like I said, the better play is just to go for a lot of economy, get a lot of farms down, and then make a pure skirmisher switch, in my opinion, and not worry about the archers. But he is going to get a nice engagement here, I think. Not doing too bad himself right now.
Kill 1 archer, will lose 1 archer, does some damage on the scout. Man arms are now coming from the back. And skirm down, Lierey's running away with the scout. Nice save there, gives you so much intel. And guys, we know that we have sound issues at the moment. We will take a small break between game 1 and 2. And then we'll have it fixed
Yeah,
in
hopefully.
between those.
Lierey's running away with the archers now. Great micro from LaaaN, by the way, keeping the archers behind that skirmisher in that earlier fight. It's nice to know that he's playing sharp. Like those are the kind of moves you see when someone's playing well. He even snipes the scout there as I'm saying that. So it's gonna be a good series. It's gonna be a good series.
I think so as well. Fletching now on the way for Mr. LaaaN. What do we have on the side of Liereyy? We have no upgrades yet.
Yeah.
That's quite
He
surprising to
doesn't
me.
even have a blacksmith, I don't think. Maybe he's getting one up at the moment.
Nope.
It is coming up on the top. Yeah, it's almost done. He has enough scrims to defend though. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Not a big deal.
Okay, now both players kind of have an army, not really able to attack the opponent. What's your next step going into Castle Age here?
I'm pretty sure LaaaN has to ask himself a question. Does he want to invest a little bit more into like skirmishers to pressure that forward gold? Because that is still an option. Although since he's meditative and he cannot add in scout cavalry, which is the strongest late feudal unit, I think his best option is just to go for a Castle Age now. And he should either make a full switch to skirms or full switch to archers at this point. If he continues to mix them, I think that's a mistake.
Why?
Because then you're going to have to get both upgrades in Castle, Elite Skirmisher and Crossbow, and guess what? Both of those get countered by Mangonels, so it's not something you want to do most of the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But Liereyy has an easier choice, right? Can he just go for skirms mainly?
Well, it depends because skirms will cost a lot of food, so it's going to delay his castle time, and also they get countered by eagles. So it's a little bit tricky to play against someone who's fully walled. What I would like to see though is Liereyy send 1 unit to go see what LaaaN's doing, just to keep an eye on him. But for now, I think Lierey's safe option is to keep adding in skirmishers.
LaaaN is actually at the bottom, completely open here, already overchopped. Oh, now the villager is
he's
finishing
falling
that, so
Yeah.
yeah, just did hype behind the house.
But yeah, LaaaN's map was fantastic, by the way. We didn't have a chance to talk about it, but he had like 5 woodlines to wall up with, back gold. This is just so sick. And now we might see an engagement here as LaaaN moves out.
Yeah, indeed, incredible map. And I honestly think, yeah, we're moving out, but that shouldn't really do too much. Mr. Greeny, thanks for the 3K biddies.
Oh, thank you. I should thank him as well. It's going to the prize. Nice micro from LaaaN trying to snipe the archers. Good micro from Liereyy as well. Oh, that was nice. Good split with the skirmishers.
Oh yeah, indeed, and moves to
Whoa.
the side. Nice split micro here,
This is
and
impressive.
KD 8-7 against someone that we consider to be having the best micro in the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is he's not playing against a no-name. This is Liereyy with his micro, and to actually come out on top in that engagement, that's pretty good. Notice how Lierey's keeping the archers in the back, so that tells me he might want to attack into crossbow one day. But I'm not quite sure at the moment what his plan is going to Castle Age.
I think just having the skirms at the front makes a lot of sense here. As you can see, archers in the back, as you said. He's now on the way to Castle Age. LaaaN himself, 500 food, now just finished the market, is doing some selling and wants to go up. But that will be a solid 1.5 minutes later.
And you know why LaaaN's later? This comes back to the time where you added the range before adding in farms. Delaying the farms delays your castle time, and this is exactly what we're seeing here. Obviously, Liereyy didn't make the mana-arm investment, so I think Liereyy is actually off to a better start, despite actually taking slightly weaker fights, slightly worse fights.
I think the fights were somewhat even, honestly.
Yeah, true.
Both losing the Eagle, we lost all the 3 men-at-arms, not really the unit that are most important, and LaaaN is knocking at the door of Liereyy again, but shouldn't really be able to achieve anything. What do you say to the double stable
yeah,
edition?
double stable switch. So this is why I think Chinese are so good on Arabia nowadays, because they have the economy and the cheaper upgrades to make these tech switches. And now that he has the elite skirmishers out, well, LaaaN can't really do anything with his archers, and then the knights will just help him get map control and eventually pressure. This is a really good idea from him.
Okay, but like LaaaN even running away to the side, that's a weird choice. Most of the time people normally retreat towards their base to group up a bit better.
I think he might try and sneak around the side, but Liereyy is walled, so maybe a good idea, but I don't think it's going to amount to much in the end, to be honest.
The top Liereyy is going for the second layer.
Yeah.
The other side, he has enough villagers around. Now reaches Castle Age. What upgrade is he going for? A double knight botkin for now. On the other side, we see a second barracks added now by Mr. LaaaN. What do you say to that?
I'm kind of skeptical because I don't think Eagles can actually match the Knights at this point. Not with only 2 barrack. I think probably better choice is to go Monk and Mangonel defense. Mangonel to deal with the skirms and Monks to convert the Knights. I think Liereyy will have the much stronger combination now if they take fights within the next couple minutes.
Yeah, I think Eagles, especially at the start of Castle Age, and Knights already +2 defense on the way here for Mr. Liereyy. That should be something really good, but we won't see any fights, right? LaaaN did get his army out, the rest is still at home. He might get some defensive TCs up, and overlay guy needs to be here ASAP. This is the stream, guys, and this is DE. We will switch in the POV maybe for a small moment and take a look at Mr. Liereyy and how he's playing. We can see the knights running around, and well, maybe the overlay guy can give us POV. We have game sound over at Lierey's, that's good, but you know, we just had DE crashing on my PC, and that's why we are jumping into the POV of Mr. Liereyy. It would be nice if we can see the POV of Liereyy, overlay guy, and then we can cast from that. No, I can't see the POV at the moment, no. That's interesting. And
Oh, there we go. Now we see it. So Liereyy.
okay.
It was a 2TC booming with this Knight's play. It didn't do any damage though, to be fair. And now he's just defending with them.
This guy's fast. Also German language.
I'm not entirely sure why he's not going for the lead scrim upgrade. And I don't know, all of a sudden Livy's invested a lot into military but isn't really making use of it. And he's just kind of waiting for LaaaN to move out and make a mistake at this point.
What's the better civilization if we go into the long game?
I think Mayans have better spikes because they can go for Eagle, El Dorado, 100 HP. Very strong in early imp. But I think once Chinese get the Chukunu, I think they will probably be the strongest late game stuff. Chukunu light cab as well. It might come down to relics as well. It's a fairly even matchup throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the POV of Mr. LaaaN, who should be super walled as well here. And, well, he's still running around with his army, jumping through TCs. Did only add 1 TC in a spot where I felt like it's very natural to add 2 TCs.
The reason you couldn't go for the 2 TC is because Liereyy went for the aggressive play as well, so he had to adapt with the Eagles. But as you saw, like, the Eagles still didn't do a whole lot. They're still not doing a whole lot, so I think maybe even going 3 TC earlier would have been fine. Might come down to the micro, honestly, with these engagements, though.
Problem is, if he just went two defensive TCs, a Mangonel push with Knights would have completely erased him from the
Yeah,
map.
that is true. So he's playing it safe at the moment, which is, I guess a good thing, honestly, especially in a game 1 of a tournament where you don't want to take any risks. So, you know, playing 2 TC is fine. Let's see the engagement here. Elite Scrim should be kicking in for Liereyy before the fight starts. Does he know he doesn't have it?
Oh, well, we will take a look into that. He is now microing around a bit more. Knights still getting focused down. The University still didn't finish. Now the big engagement here. Eagles are going back. And, well, Liereyy doesn't want to take the engagement behind this. So we are pop 100 here for Mr. LaaaaaN.
Yeah.
Liereyy on the other side disengaging. He is sitting at 94 population. So pretty damn close there.
Yeah, and he's getting Elite Skirmisher now, forging as well, so he's getting a lot of upgrades. He's going to wait for his power spike and then look to take the fight. You can already see him turning around here. Very nice timing on that one. And keeping his resources low as well.
Why is Liereyy not adding a Mangonel?
I don't know. I guess at this point it was between Mangonel and Elite Skirmisher. And Elite Skirmisher probably is a little bit more worth it because players can easily out-micro Mangonel at this level. Elite Skirmisher are a little bit more mobile. I really like Lierey's position here. I think he's not going to take too much damage. And I'm really not a fan of LaaaaaN's crossbow and eagle play at this point.
Okay. When are longswordmen ever an option?
Longswordsman, not when there's 40 crossbows on the field at this point. Like, longswordsman can only counter full eagles. It's not going to counter a combination with the eagles mixed in. Looks like we're seeing a university as well from Nili there, so probably ballistics on the way. And as you can see, LaaaaaN is forcing through a small choke point, but he's never going to get anything from there. He's better off going around at this point.
Okay, LaaaaaN going for the 30C behind this as well. And now Liereyy, he feels okay with all your ballistics being queued up. He wants to take the engagement, stays with his skirms quite actively there, and now moves out.
Yeah, so like LaaaaaN was fighting in a really bad choke point before, so he's taking some bad trades. The army from Liereyy just seems a little bit more solid still. Monks mixed in from LaaaaaN, that's not a bad option. Give me a couple conversions, but seems like there's too many Knights for my liking. Right here, they will probably sweep this fight. Let's see the engagement here.
And it feels like Knights are doing an okay-ish job. Eagles are really falling down. Skirms are focusing down the crossman pretty nicely. Lierey's micro absolutely on point, and LaaaaaN loses everything.
That was a complete disaster for him. I said it from the start, the Eagle switch just didn't make a whole lot of sense. And now you can see why Knights are just way stronger in late Castle Age here. And that was an absolute cleanup from Liereyy. He's probably going to swing right across, and we're already seeing the forward siege workshop coming down as well. So he wants to really put pressure now.
Oh man, and yeah, he completely wiped everything here, and well, now as you can see, population advantage is just massively in favor of our Austrian player. 30 population ahead. Those Knights and Skirms just took such a good engagement. Monks, maybe a bit too late. Do you think LaaaaaN should have played more defensively here?
Yeah, well, I think he should just play more defensive from the start as well. I keep mentioning not making the Eagle switch, going into Monks and Mangonels to defend at first, because you always have the walls. Play with the walls. You don't have to move out, like LaaaaaN was trying to do, and then eventually make that Eagle switch, maybe when you're closer to Imperial Age. I think the only response now is to continue adding in Castle Army and hope for the best, pretty much.
But yeah, that's a lot of hoping and a lot of praying, because like if military is 37-7, he's losing more and more. He's losing villagers as well. Yeah, he was slightly ahead, but so many going down here. Look at that KD, 3-1.
Yeah, it was an absolute cleanup. Like the army composition from Liereyy was just simply better. Defensive castle from LaaaaaN, this is kind of desperation mode. Like, please don't touch my base. But he's already lost quite a bit of economy here at the front there.
Yeah, but it's not protecting any wood lines. Just skirmishes behind here would, well, block enough. And as you can see, now the raid at the right hand side, population difference now up to 50 even.
Yeah, there's no way LaaaaaN can actually recover from this. And there's the GG as I say that. So I think probably the best thing that LaaaaaN could have done was focus a little bit more on the Castle Age composition. He felt like he didn't think that one all the way through. But well played from Liereyy. Look how aggressive he was as soon as he won that first fight as well. He didn't give his opponent time at all to breathe and to cover.
Oh man, yeah. There was like, we thought, okay, he played a bit too defensively, but it felt okay adding the eco, and then just delaying the upgrades as long as possible. And then we had the big fight, forging, skirmish, elite skirmishes, and ballistics. Then we fight and take the game.
Yeah, exactly. It just felt like we were playing this one on Lierey's time. Like, whenever Liereyy wanted to fight, we fought. And then when Liereyy didn't want to fight and wait for upgrades, he just backed up. And LaaaaaN kept going into that choke point. You couldn't really force the engagements. And this is why Knights are just simply the stronger Castle Age units. in a clean game like this when no one's going forward. They're way better than Eagles at this stage.
Oh man, yeah, LaaaN. I think did he ever have a spot to get a castle up earlier?
I don't even think you want to, honestly. Like I said, the Plumed Archer nerf I think makes them a lot harder to mass these days. So I think the best thing he could have done was probably just go for more eco in early game, play with crossbows straight out of the gate, like in Castle Age, but with an earlier castle time. He was way too late to Castle Age. It gave Liereyy time to do the Night Switch, time to get elite skirmishers. It's simply too late from LaaaN, I think. Good idea, too late with the execution.
And we'll take a look at the achievements here. Military in the end, Liereyy with the incredible KD, really. That one big fight.
Yeah, 88 to 25. That's insane.
Oh man. And, well, economy behind this. Oh god, Lord Strongback with the 10,000 biddies.
Not too bad.
$100. Thank you so much, my man. In the end, Liereyy with the better food eco, more wood for LaaaN, but actually pretty close. Actually, yeah, most of that pretty close. Overall villagers as well. Actually, yeah, it was a pretty even game. Yeah. So it came down to this one big engagement.
Yeah, as you see, the economy obviously in favor of Liereyy, but not by a landslide. It really just came down to which army they were making and how they took the fights. Honestly, well played to Liereyy though. That was super clean. At no point in time did I think Liereyy was in trouble there.
Yeah.
So well played.
Liereyy hiding now. Webcam still mixed up. Overlay guy is nodding, so he knows about it. Muffin gifted another 5 subs.
Oh, Muffin.
We will go into the home map of LaaaN next. It will be Islands, and yeah, I'm excited to see that. I will ask them to. Do they know that they have to pick blue and red? Yes, they do. And next question to Overlay guy again. Is it possible that we jump into the POV of the co-caster in the future? Oh, that's a shaky hand.
It's okay. My point of view is kind of useless anyways. Like.
Yeah, but so what just happened there? Why we stayed in the POV so long? My caster PC DE crashed, and that's why we got the treat of the behind-the-scenes look and see their sick APMs.
I think it's cool to see the point of views though of the players, because sometimes you wonder just how hard it is to play at this level, and I think the point of view shows just how much they're doing at the same time. So I kind of like that addition as well.
And also what mods they're using.
True.
For the Finns,
Finland
we will
guys,
see something. Oh man.
I wonder who knows about it and who doesn't. We'll see by the amount of cubes we'll see in the chat at the moment. A little hint there.
Okay, Overlay guy can tell us if... Whoa, okay, we'll take 2 minutes. Short break, okay. Okay, so we will fix the sound on the caster PC. We will be back. We have some filler stuff, I assume. No, okay, Overlay guy was like, filler stuff.
That's
okay.
not us, I guess.
Okay.
What we can do, though, is talk about the civs of the next map on Arena.
Islands is next.
Islands, which is what I meant to say. I'm just testing him. No sound. I just want to see if he knew what maps are coming in order. Say Islands. What do you think there?
I think LaaaN is a player that does not play Vikings. There's like the big one discussion. Vikings, very long distance play on islands, play it defensively, or try to go for
Overlay guy?
Japanese or Italians for the more aggressive approach. And I think LaaaN is a guy who will play either Italians or Japanese.
So he picked this map, so you have to think that he prepared something, and if you prepare something on Islands, it means you tested something versus Vikings, because Vikings is, like you said, the defensive civ, and I think the one that Lierey's known to go for in the past. And so I think he either has something prepared. Either he's going to match it with his own Vikings, which, like you said, probably not likely from him. I'm thinking the best counter to it is probably to play something like Vikings, Italians, and then try to go for some sort of landing and fire galleys. So do a water attack and a land attack at the same time to punish the Viking player going for fast castle. That's pretty much the best preparation I think that LaaaN can do. But obviously, to counter that or to prepare for that, Liereyy can full wall the lands and then go for a feudal galley rush from the back. And we'll see how that plays out.
I have a civilization prepared for you that is very good with landings and also now strong on water.
Koreans.
What do you think about those?
Ooh, that's a good one actually. That could be the way to do both at once actually. Big dono coming in there, so shout out to that person.
I didn't see it.
It's 10,000. Nah, $60, but it was close. $60. It was close, yeah.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, but thank you. But yeah, and so I think Koreans might be the way to go on land and water. I'm just thinking about the late game. Do they have fast fire ships? I know they have galleons.
They don't have demos. I think they have fast fires.
I think that's fine then. A galleon and fast fire will be all you need on islands. I don't think demo comes
They
up
have
that much.
turtle ships. What do you think about?
Oh, TaToH ships. TaToH ships are good early game, and they suck late game, and they died to galleons late game.
Yeah,
100%.
like movability doesn't work, and they're especially bad against longboats, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. So there's no option for TaToH ships in late game. But we could see fast castle TaToH ships maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be that big a deal.
We have seen the very first show match TaToH and Viper both experimenting with Koreans on islands.
On islands, okay.
Yeah, and they played with landings, they played with turtle ships, so they went for the full tech tree. But yeah, it's obviously questionable if those will like experiment as much, and what like Viper and TaToH really learned from that.
They played a Korean mirror, or did they
Yes,
play against?
yeah,
Okay,
three hidden pick Civ, and both went for Koreans, but that was like day 2 or day 3 after DE came out.
Interesting. Yeah, so I think Koreans can be a surprise pick, but it just feels like Vikings, if played properly, will always just have a better economy and will be able to defend the landing.
Yeah.
But then again, like with preparation, you never know what kind of like Korean towers can come in as well. Like there's a lot of potential, I think.
And that's honestly what I'm most excited about NAC. Hidden pick Civ, people with prepared home maps coming in. I'm honestly not expecting, like it sounds mean, anything from Liereyy on Arena.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like TaToH and DauT went into the lab, and the Finns will come up with crazy stuff as well.
Yeah.
I'm really excited already. Oh, Ringer Zone. Thanks for
Whoa.
what I believe are 100 euros.
Ooh, and
Hera
cheering me on as well.
Hello.
Kick Viper's scaly ass. Ooh.
Ooh.
He knows a little bit more than we do, I guess.
Well,
But,
fine with me. Maybe it's Debbie from the couch.
Oh, true.
Taking another name. And Bamo flying in with 5 gifted subs as well. Overlay guy, while installing this, sound problem here? Is that fixed? Or no, shaking? Okay. Happens.
No worries.
What's the donation amount so far? Overlay guy will hate me if I go on that scene. Okay, let's go on the scene where we have the interview couch at the bottom, and there should be. Oh god, no trailer. Overlay guy jumps on there. So down below, but we can't see it at the moment. So much to change, man. Okay, so is that actually updated? It's not.
I suppose.
Boom. Update numbers. And I see day 1. Streamlabs. Ah. So you never had Streamlabs open? So it's not included at all there? It's included, but the numbers aren't updated, are they? Soon. Ah, so we'll wait for 1 minute and then we will go back into it. Ah, professional caster style. Between games. So, and what else I want to ask you? Yeah. Your series against Viper later on.
Oof. Well, obviously he's the favorite, and he got seeded 1, and he's won every tournament for the past 5 years, so it's looking good for me, actually. We'll see. I mean, no one's expecting me to win that series, really.
Some people do.
Well, maybe, but I think it's going to be an upset if I do. But I have some ideas in mind to catch him off guard. Maybe not off guard, but I will play my game.
Do you know your home map and home save?
Yeah.
What do you expect him to?
You want me? Yeah, maybe
What
I
do you
should comment
expect
on that. Maybe I shouldn't comment on that.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Do you already know your civilization for Arabia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on his map, though, to be fair. Because obviously, hidden pick, no repeat, I can prepare. But if he picks a home map, let's say he picks, I don't know, Arena, and I really want to play Aztecs on Arena, but I also want to play Aztecs on Arabia, then I might have to save them for Arena.
Might make sense.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I do have a suspicion.
Updated counters now. So, as you can see at the bottom, you can do the Nili math yourself. At the moment, the prize pool has to be pretty damn close to 25k, because if we had 5k for first, that would be $25,000, because first gets 20%, so all donations are going in there. We are back here, and yeah, as we said earlier, 100% of donations are going into the prize pool, spread over this guy, this guy, this guy. Players, depending on how they place. Casters are getting, I believe, 3%. Yes. And last finisher, like 7s, 8s, 9, as you saw, 4%. First gets 20%. So you're not only cheering for your favorite player, but also for the whole tournament, and everyone is benefiting from that. I personally love the idea.
Yeah, I think like it makes everyone put in their best effort, their best foot forward, and it makes everyone sell out for you as well, because everyone will obviously get a cut of it. And yeah, I like the distribution as well. You know, giving last 3 places some decent money as well. For their time and effort put in, because obviously the 9 best players, so even if you're the bottom 3, you're still amazing. Like that's what it comes down to. You're still an amazing player.
Just to be invited to the tournament, you have to be amazing.
Yeah, so it's it's definitely a good distribution in my opinion.
Okay, overlay guy coming over there saying, okay, I did fix something, or like he did something. Not sure if it's fixing.
Yeah. Why does LaaaN have the ninja band around his?
They're starting now. Do they know that they have to pick other colors? Yes. And do we get sound from my PC? Let's see. Let's see. We'll go a second one. Does it make sense if we don't have sound to pick the PC from Hera? We will see.
Alright. Persians from LaaaN versus Mayans from Liereyy.
What? What map are we seeing?
What?
Is this island?
This has to be arena, yeah.
This has to be arena. So they picked the wrong map, or did you mess up the overlay? Makes so much more sense that LaaaN just picked arena, and we had Liereyy
picking islands.
Overlay guy looking at the drafting. Ah, he's nodding. Okay. And we wrecked our brains.
And I was saying Liereyy
so
prepared for arena too. I was trying to cover up for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so home map of Mr. LaaaN now, arena, and then no. Okay, no. Yeah. Then go over there and tell them that they picked the wrong map, right?
Yes.
We have Liereyy picking arena and LaaaN picking islands.
Liereyy did prepare arena. I was right after all.
Okay, then you go over there that they're picking the wrong map.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, like, yeah. We should have home maps of the players. No, we're not going into the game because they have to restart. Yeah. We have Fraudner coming in with a fun amount, and overlay guy. Look at him, skeptical, like, raising his head.
Yeah, so I guess they just picked the wrong map. I mean, I don't really blame the players because. They didn't know they had to go in order.
Okay, now let's see the POV. That's what the players are seeing. Or this is I believe the scene. So it's now LaaaN saying like, oh look at this. This is the file here, and
he's like, bro, I'll clap him on arena too. Doesn't matter. Okay, fine. I'll wait till game 3.
And this is islands, and he's not happy with that. La. Okay, so what are they saying? Let's see. Maybe they're just confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we see him laughing. Okay.
So it looks like they will play islands first, after all. So islands for game 2.
No, I think they will continue with the arena, or did they? Maybe they were both confused. Maybe they both wanted to pick arena as the home map.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really confused.
Overlay guy, what's happened? The map is right.
But game 2 should be islands now.
Yeah. Like the loser's home map.
Yeah.
Like LaaaN lost, so we have to play LaaaN's home map.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we take a look at the overlay, it says arena from Liereyy.
It should be LaaaN's home map, islands. Yeah.
But isn't that what's supposed to be? Are we only confused, Hera?
No, I think we're right.
Could you show us the overlay?
I mean, I'm always right.
Show us our POV. So let's take a look here. LaaaN has islands, right?
Yeah.
But we are in arena.
It should just be game 2 islands now.
So it's just the names are confused here, right?
LaaaN lost game 1, so it should be islands right now, pretty much.
So what's happening? It's game 1 is Arabia. Then game 2 is the home map of the loser. That is LaaaN. Islands.
Islands.
Arena.
But I feel like the players should know what to do at this point.
Does it really matter? Someone in the chat asked. Yes, it does, because the guy trailing in the series should be having the chance to play his home map.
Yeah.
So even if we lose this one, we aren't jumping into game 2 Liereyy. We will jump into the other home map of LAN, Golden Pit, in case he loses.
Exactly. And then maybe it doesn't matter here because we will play Islands and Arena regardless of the results. But when it comes to, like, let's say, 2-1, and then we want to play the guy's home map to make it 2-2 and not 3-1 before you get to see him.
Okay, door closed in the back, and the official info is
Islands. Oh, is it Nili's fault? Oh, I hope it's Nili's fault.
Oh, Nili's fault.
Oh my God, Hippo lovers, prepare.
I will open the cheat. Oh no, do I not have the internet thingy open? Okay, drafting. So it says pick Liereyy. I can see Arena here.
Oh, it's Nili's fault.
Yeah, but it's always the loser's map. That's what we said as well. Okay, so it's always loser's home maps. Yeah, okay. So they confused that.
So half Nili's fault, half player's fault.
Okay. Home map of the loser. They have to pick the same civilizations for game 3. And now we play game 2. They're like, oh, they have to block the civilizations.
So now the interesting thing is that Persians and Mans will be secured for Arena, right? Regardless of the restart.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I guess we'll be seeing the Islands map pick, and then we'll come back to that Persian versus Arena. Persian versus Mans.
If LAN is winning. Otherwise, we will have Golden Pit with Mayans and Persians still blocked.
Okay, yeah, true. Well, in any case, I don't think that's...
Well, Mayans would be good Golden Pit civilization as well.
I don't think Liereyy will want to play that civ there. I think he want to play something else. Maybe.
Britons.
Most likely Britons, yes.
Okay.
As he played TheViper in that show match.
Okay, so how the format works, guys, and how it was confusing. The order down here is just to pick. Game 2 is always the home map of the loser. And maybe I should have specified that, or maybe it's just the common thing we're doing in H1 tournaments for the last 15 years.
Say so. In any case, though, I think once look at DauT in the chat as well. ECL's looking better and better. But yeah, I think it's just because it's the first sets. Once we get past this, we'll be fine.
Oh boy, now we need to get some players.
Some guy joining the game, man.
Thank you so much for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we should be at least knowing the map now.
Yeah.
We know the civilizations for, if we ever get onto it, Arena. But first of all, we get onto Islands. If LAN wins, we get into Arena. But if he loses, we will get into Golden Pit.
Exactly, yeah. So the pointing was obviously necessary there.
Absolutely.
And,
the pointing here.
Very, very necessary.
Golden Pit.
Just wondering how long it's going to go on at this point. And
they're
in the game. Okay,
as if I care if they're in the game. I was pointing at maps.
Saved by the bell, in my case.
Somewhere,
okay,
yeah.
What is that, Liereyy?
Liereyy is one of the two players, yeah.
I'm in spectate game now. I actually know what I'm doing.
Good job.
Oh, got him.
Islands.
All right.
Islands. And we have the civilizations that we kind of expected.
So, yeah, Japanese versus Vikings. So, Vikings for Liereyy. This is exactly what we talked about. Interesting pick on the Japanese, though. Not a bad one. But we didn't see Koreans like we talked about. We didn't see Vikings. Sorry, we didn't see Italians. We did see Vikings from Liereyy, though.
Okay, so LAN now in the red trunks as he should have been. We adjusted that last game.
Yep.
And on the other side we have in the blue trunks, and oh god, we have something wild going on. Could you? Oh no, I can mute myself. Hera, you will single cast, and I will ask the other guy something.
Yeah, sure. Looks like Liereyy is in the blue with Vikings, and at this point in Islands, there's not much to be talking about, but we could take a look at Lierey's bottom map. He does have, if you take a look at the mini map here, a decent amount of fish at the bottom for the back dock in the corner. So we could see a fast castle from Vikings, or even just back dock to go for a Grush later on. LaaaN will most likely want to go for a forward dock. I'll be very surprised if we see a back dock from him. Obviously, you have the 2 islands in the center with stone and some gold as well. Interesting to see whether Liereyy wants to go for the fast castle though, or for the galley rush. The next question as well is whether we'll see a landing or not. Landing from LaaaN is definitely possible in the early game. Liereyy probably does not want to go for that. Again, playing as the Vikings, no reason to go for a landing with them. You really want to play as safe at home as possible.
Okay, oh yeah, we are in that point of view now. Point of sound, right?
Oh, okay. This is me.
Yeah, and I'm not touching anything.
I'm casting now?
You're the main
Oh,
caster now.
main caster, co-caster. Let's go. All right.
It only took one game.
It's okay. This is how it should be. I like this one. So Hera's Apartment Cup is what we're doing now. And, well, you're just as useless when you were the main caster anyways, so it's not a big deal whatsoever. True. With all that AoE zone drama, can you imagine it? Okay, looks like this is interesting, though. We're seeing Liereyy... oh, okay. We're seeing Liereyy bringing in the board with the scout there. Nice little play on islands. Basically, why the players are doing that is just to be a little bit more efficient. Less walking time from Villese means you're gathering more resources. And he's going to go ahead and do the second board as well eventually. The only downside to this, though, is losing the scout HP if a landing occurs, because then you won't be able to fight it as off as efficiently. Is Liereyy going to go for a forward dock?
Oh, that's a weird choice, truly. The thing is, we're lagging from that PC. The internet is lagging. That's interesting as well.
I don't like this forward dock at all from Liereyy, so I would just continue casting here. Hopefully, the stream's not doing too bad. 5 on wood, all is standard except this forward dock. I'm really confused about it. And if you guys are wondering why this is confusing from Liereyy, basically, Vikings do not get access to Fire Galley, which is the strongest early game choice, whereas Japanese do. So, we're seeing a back dock from LaaaN?
It's so weird.
It's like they're playing opposite. Do I have the color switched or something? This is so weird.
Yeah.
LaaaN is going for a back dock, and Lierey's going for a forward dock. So now they think the casters have no idea what they're talking about, but I think the players have no idea what they're doing.
I think it's hashtag mind games, honestly. And also, if you are the main caster, it makes sense to not select too much too often.
Oh, true.
And press that one for a small moment, and then everyone can see the nice stats at the bottom. Indeed, you can go through it as well. And now you have all the resources of both players.
Yeah.
Maybe you click again.
And we're back to normal.
Nope.
Nope.
We're back to normal.
Back to normal. Okay, got him.
Hey-o.
All right, so interesting thing from Liereyy going for that forward dock. Like we said, it was kind of opposite day. We're going to just take a look. Will LaaaN go for a fast castle now or not? He might want to go for a fast castle with this back dock. It's always a possibility. Or he might just go for a later feudal age.
Like, especially with those berries, I think something like not front dock is such a bad option.
And he picked this as his home map, so he must have thought this through. Maybe he's thinking of something that we're not thinking of. We'll see if he goes up to the feudal age fast or not. Maybe he'll delay it some more. And Liereyy going for the forward dock will actually be very beneficial for him, actually going up to feudal age nice and early. And I guess he will go for galleys. Will he go for a landing? I don't think he will go for a landing.
Well, it's 3 fishing ships now, no more queued up. We have
Yeah.
a loom on the way for Mr. LaaaN. Liereyy did play with it as well, apparently. As you said, lost some HP on the scout. I think only losing 10 HP there is not the worst thing ever. Number camp not too efficient. LaaaN still not really telling us what he's going for.
Yeah, he's up to feudal age, 1 pop after Liereyy. This is a very standard build from both players. Usually tells us a Grush. I'm just not sure why LaaaN went for a back dock. If he's still planning to go for a Grush. Oh! Can you say what that is? That is?
This is the one over a transporter icon.
Yeah.
Meaning he's building 1 transporter.
So he's building a transfer ship here, and this is for sure going to be a landing right away from LaaaN, and probably will go for, he's not on gold, so probably will go for either scouts or skirmishers. I'm expecting scouts though. It's really just going to come down from the scouting of Liereyy, who's now adding in the second forward dock as well. Interesting choice. So Lierey's planning to go full water, LaaaN's planning to go full land, and we're going to see how the blue player here, how Liereyy reacts to this aggression.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we go into the POV of not of the POV of LaaaN, the fog of war of Liereyy to find out what he is actually scouting.
Sure.
And yeah, we saw he has an idea of the area there. And well, now 2 galleys in the queue.
Third dock.
Would upgrade 3rd dock as well.
Yeah, very heavy commitment onto the water, and LaaaN now is loading up. What's inside that transfer ship? Can we see? I don't think we can see what's inside.
Shift click and click it.
Oh, shift click.
Yep. And
There
you
it
see
is.
2 villagers only and 1 scout.
One
Maybe
scout.
let's switch into the POV of Mr. LaaaN and try to figure out what he is doing here, what he sees. So, more villagers. He already has the barracks and building more houses. Pop 27 there. Not on gold still. Isn't that scouts?
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? This is like TaToH playing. I swear TaToH prepared this with him. I can promise you this, because a 2 villager sneak into scouts, this is right up TaToH's alley when it comes to strategy.
He can't ungarrison. Maybe no hotkey there. And indeed, the instant stable.
Yeah.
Let's take a look into... But, wait, whisper. You have to whisper now.
Yeah, because it's going to be
quiet. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't know.
So there
And
is
look at
war
where his
here.
scout is. He's always scouting the front.
Yeah.
He's not expecting anything in the back, so that sneak is actually pretty damn sexy and will completely, get LaaaN off guard. And well, maybe you can tell me for how many scouts should he wait now?
I think you need to wait for at least creating 2 scouts, so 2 plus the initial. I would wait for 3 though, but he's gonna show a scout right away. No, he didn't show it. He didn't show it. Very smart from LaaaN. He just got the information without showing his scout. Because remember, if Liereyy sees any unit on his island, he knows for sure it's going to be a landing. Just want to point out here that Liereyy is actually killing LaaaN's fish, and he sees the back dock with only 3 fishing ships. So even if he didn't scout it, Liereyy knows there's going to be a landing here, if he's thinking it.
It should be, yeah. Nice move there by LaaaN, knowing that the line of sight of his scout and fuel age is way bigger than the lumber camp or the villagers there. Just went in, is going back, and now he's attacking with only 2 scouts. That's too early for me.
I don't like that as well, and he was, oh my, the reaction from Liereyy was perfect right there. That was fantastic. Literally no damage is going to be done here, unless he misses the quick wall. He's insane.
He's insane. Wood line, everything is fine as well, and LaaaN cannot find any damage, but as we can see, LaaaN instantly on gold here as well, and as we can see at the numbers at the bottom, he has 4 villagers on gold. No, that's Liereyy. Now building the defensive tower there, more scouts, still not on gold here, Mr. LaaaN.
Yeah, LaaaN not on gold, going for an archery range switch. That tells me he wants to add in some skirmishes. Good choice with the defensive tower from Liereyy. Remember, these are Viking villagers with wheelbarrow, meaning they move 10% faster. And so they can actually fight off scouts quite efficiently and then run back to the TC when they're very hurt. Great defense so far from Liereyy, in my opinion.
And I think we did defend with a fire galley at home, meaning we cannot build any archers at home, and well, now some skirmishes, but those aren't really the damage dealers.
Yeah, so the skirmishers will snipe the spears. They do a decent job with that. Lierey's going for the range right now. Let me just quickly tap over to what's going on here. It looks like LaaaN lost his fish and has that 1 fire galley sniping Lierey's fish, or will attempt to do that.
That is really good though.
Yeah.
Okay, scouts are doing some damage. Scout of Lierey's coming over, and as you mentioned earlier, low on HP there is going down quite instantly. Maybe zoom in a bit more.
Main caster.
Main caster indeed. And now running away. No more spearmen. There's no military. But scouts not the highest of HP. We don't have fletching. I think one more villager snipe.
Yeah, a nice snipe from LaaaN. He actually clicked the HP there because he went back and then went back in to snipe that low HP vill. Good job there from LaaaN. Takes away 1 vill and pushes him off the wood line. I don't think he will get another vill. Oh, although there was some blockage happening right there. The question is, what's the reaction from Liereyy at this stage?
Well, Liereyy is just booming a bit. Let's take a look at his fish. He did reboom a bit, but fire galley is now coming in here.
Yeah, 6 fish here.
The fire galley is, I think it's like half a screen away. We can take a look at
yeah.
that. Oh, look at that, camping next to it. Oh, that could do so much damage. And galleys take endless amount of time to kill that fire galley then.
Yeah, and you know, Liereyy cannot respond to his own fire galley. Running through the TC here, I don't think this is a good choice actually. Nice quick gate. This is, oh my.
Another palisade. Oh god, that's so painful.
But LaaaN should know that Liereyy is not going to fall for that. You do this against DauT, not against Liereyy. This is not the play. So he's going to lose 3 skirmishers for free, which is a huge deal at this point. And well, Liereyy has some idols, but he is walling off that left side. Not doing too bad for himself.
And yet another house. Liereyy 2 villages ahead, is wheelbarrow ahead as well. And yeah, now, look at that.
Yeah, I like that move. That's what you do versus Liereyy. Outsmart him.
Take
a little bit,
quick look at the water as well, and we can see the fire galley is finally doing the damage. worker count is, if we won't select all the galleys
Oh, yeah.
all the time, is Liereyy. Well, the villager count there is actually worker count, so that's villagers plus fishing ships.
Yeah.
So LaaaN, now in a really good spot, I have to say.
Yeah, it seems like it's completely even. Also, keep in mind that LaaaN didn't have to make a tower, which means that obviously he has the better TC boom when when Castle Age comes into question. And actually, LaaaN has really good resources.
Yeah. Sitting
Really
at
struggling.
300 food, 200 gold there, is building the market now as well. Skirm still very active, will catch that villager as well. He's staying active, and Liereyy, he's not having the greatest water control ever. I would love to see LaaaN now at... Oh, look at those dots in front of his berries. I think LaaaN is going for front dogs. Oh, that's so good!
Oh, nice transition actually, because now Lierey's investing a lot into water. He's got a lot of galleys out, he's got a lot of fishing ships out. The perfect transition there with the docks. Let's see how much damage he's able to get.
They're already hurt, and yeah, it's just so tricky. Oh, Liereyy, is he landing villagers?
Oh, this is now an exciting game, which is kind of rare on islands, if I say so myself. But now fishing ships going down, but LaaaN should scout this.
Oh, it's actually not a villager landing, it's full archers. I confused that, and that's going to be so brutal. No defense. Oh no! LaaaN sees it, instant archery range at home. Perfect reaction, also some walls. Oh, those players are so on point.
Yeah, and this is like, now it becomes a very skillful game, because now there's something happening on each island, there's something happening on the water, and it's really going to be, a game of who can make the sharper moves, pretty much.
Yeah, it's so tricky.
Yeah.
I think like 2 defensive skirms should do the job. Archery range now finished. Massive amount of villagers on gold still from Mr. LaaaN, but look at the research overlay.
Oh, he's up to Castle Age, but I actually don't think that's great for him. And I say that because Castle Age sure will help, but you need to be able to produce skirms at the same time. Does he have the resources for that?
Oh, no wood, no wood. He builds defensive houses. Okay, he has 2 in the queue.
Yeah, he's got
Looks
enough.
like 2 villager there. Can we get a wall? He goes for the palisade. I think that's the spot where you would want to stone gate this direction. We'll lose her as well. And one skirmisher enough, not enough. He pulls in the villagers. Liereyy maybe overextending a bit there.
No, this is fine. There's no armor on the skirmisher. This is great. He's taking that
Wall behind, but that gives another choke for the archers. That's perfect for the archers. He's building his own death trap.
It's only good if he runs out and walls them in for the skirm, but this is enough damage for Liereyy. So he's gonna get like 5-6 vills here.
Oh, look at the villager count. That's so brutal. Pop
Yeah.
60 against 39. Now archers are getting out at the left-hand side. Oh god.
To be fair, LaaaN is up to Castle Age. Liereyy is still not clicking up. In fact, added the stable at home. Liereyy is still so far from Castle Age. So this is not all bad, because Knights will come up. LaaaN still has the villagers here as well.
Knights.
Yeah.
Knights are going to be sick. He
Yeah,
did
this-
get out of the stable
This is
earlier.
not all
Yeah.
bad. So LaaaN takes some damage at home, but he now will have the tech switch. The worst thing he can do now is lose his vills. If he loses these 2 vills, that's a significant loss for him, and I think that would put him in a losing position. If he keeps him alive, I think that's going to allow him to have way more counterplay. Looks like he's going to lose him to the scouts, though.
Yeah, feels bad. Maybe wanting them in earlier would have been an option. Is not going for the quick walls there at all. And maybe from time to time you need to speed up a bit.
Oh, yeah,
And
true. DE casting.
the casting indeed. We will have a knight in the queue, the war galley upgrades, 2 more soon-to-be fire ships, more villagers. While Liereyy, he needs to make a spearman defense happen now. First night out. I would love to see 2 CA added here.
Yeah, 2 CA to clear up the spearmen, move around, hit behind walls would be actually a really good addition. Don't think LaaaN will think about that. He's, I think, adding in a couple of skirmishers. Well, I think those skirmishers might be at home as well. Not the best choice. We'll keep it at regular speed here.
Oh, landing
Oh,
around
transport
again.
ship. This is nice. Yeah, I
Is
like
that
this.
going to be do too much though at the sides?
One knight will never do a whole lot, especially with Lierey's quick wall skills. It has a couple spears to defend. Liereyy has way more vills at this point. The question is, can he last the last 70% of Castle Age, until he gets there?
It's looking
without
tricky on the
taking
water if
damage.
we switch over there. He's going for more galleys. Oh, adds 2 more docks. That's 5 docks.
5
but fire
docks.
ships are already in his face.
But no, this is fine though, because when it gets to Castle Age, War Galley get access to a lot more upgrades. They get ballistics, which make them deal with the fire galleys a lot better. So yes, he will lose his fish, but I think once Castle Age comes in, Lierey's gonna have even longbows if he wants to. Yeah, he's playing as Vikings. Longbows will be really good.
I know Vikings.
Yeah, this is not too bad.
But he's going for more galleys now. Gold upgrade, wood upgrade behind this, and that's something you rarely can afford with your weakened economy. Look at that villager count now basically evened out again.
Yeah, the same. And well, Lierey's gonna get to Castle Age in a short little bit. But the thing is, Liereyy has a little bit more control, I think. He will lose a few more vills for a little bit, but once he gets to Castle Age, he will have more units. Assuming he can keep them alive, though. Microing now away from the fire galleys, fire ships at this point.
Has to micro so much. I want to see the POV of Mr. Liereyy now as well. That is our player in blue, just reaching castle stage. What is he clicking? What is he going for? So Galley micro behind this.
And looks like he's going to be going for War Galley upgrade. Yeah, right away. Probably will get Botkin Arrow very soon as well. And I think now Lierey's in a better position. Also, he has 2 scouts in the middle island patrolling? This is really weird. Did he land that by mistake? I don't know. This is really weird. He's not really paying attention to them at this stage, though. And just, patrolling, waiting for his upgrades to kick in before he reclaims control of the water.
And I think those scouts are intentional there.
Yeah, the scouts.
I think they're for vision. I've never seen something like that before.
I was going to say, that's a really smart idea. I don't think this is a mistake. I was saying, it could be a mistake, but I don't think so, because he just clicked them, and he's actually just patrolling with those 2 scouts, getting vision. And now the War Galleys are out, and now LaaaN will struggle in the water. Because Vikings have the cheaper War Galleys, of course. Making it very difficult to actually combat that, especially on open waters.
I think he can't. What do you think about a second landing?
Second landing, maybe in Castle Age, maybe some Monk Siege, actually from Japanese, could be decent with some Knights combined. Although I think that's very risky at this point, because he doesn't have water control, so if your transport gets sniped, obviously it's not going to do too much. Liereyy starting out by taking out the docks here. Probably a good choice. Vill count is in favor of LaaaN though, to be fair.
And he is on 3 TCs already.
Yeah, 3 TC booming at home. Is that a Monastery going down? Monastery to convert some of the War Galleys, keep them off your shores isn't a bad idea. Also, we'll pick up the relics on his map.
Interesting choice that LaaaN just completely ignored his berries. So, okay, the spawn is so bad for them.
Yeah, doesn't even bother going for them at all.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that decision, actually. I think instead milled... Yeah, he milled the deer instead, which is quite a smart decision. You don't see that too often. Going for a scorpion at home. I'm not sure what that's about. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, transfer ship this time from Liereyy, though.
Interesting. And what does he have? He has some knights himself, +1 attack, some archers as well. He's sitting at 1 TC, so he feels, okay, there's no more attack coming at home. Feels comfortable moving out.
Yo, the scouts play in the middle is so beautiful now, because he's able to see the fire galleys move in before they even get to his fish or to his docks or anything close, and he's able to react properly. I've never seen this. This is so smart from him. He does have some archers and some knights that can go across. That's not a bad combination. That could catch LaaaN off guard here.
Let's see. Maybe let's fast forward a bit. At the moment we don't have any engagements. And War Galleys queued up. Don't you think like longboats would be the natural choice now?
I actually think War Galleys, like longboats do better versus fire galleys. But I think if you have this many War Galleys, it's best to stick with them. I'm not sure though. I'm not very experienced in water, so I'm not. I'll just take Lierey's word for it that he's doing the right call.
Okay, 3 knights landed now. Scorpion won't do the defense, but we have 1 monk already around.
Yeah.
I think Liereyy shouldn't really do too much, except like getting a solid scout off.
Yeah, so he's gonna catch LaaaN off guard here, sniping a Scorpion right off the bat. The reaction from LaaaN is not sharp though. That's 1 Vill already.
Oh god, that's pretty brutal. Okay, now
react
to
now.
go back.
It's not the worst thing. Loses 3 Vills and a Scorpion. Not the worst thing in the world, but now, LaaaN actually sneaking back around with the fire galleys, fire ships rather.
Scaring those away, and indeed going for War Galleys at the top. But it's still like, you're going for the same unit that your opponent is going for. He already has more, and he can build them cheaper.
Yeah.
You have to have a huge eco lead. Yes, he has an eco lead. Is it big enough though with 14 villagers?
Yeah, the question is, LaaaN handcart still for Liereyy, so LaaaN is missing that. So yes, he's up 10 Vills. He probably has the better economy, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up making that same unit. The best play from now for him is probably just to hope to get the faster imp and then really swing the momentum that way. We'll see if he manages though. Let's see the engagements. He does have the fire galleys in front, which could be potentially not bad from him. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Archer landing, as you said, from the right-hand side. LaaaN not with the greatest defense against that. 6 idols behind this as well. Liereyy now adding some TCs himself. Goes up to 3. Maybe let's switch into his POV. How will he deal with those archers? So picks up the relic. As we all know, on islands we have the typical 2 relics spawned on each map. He's super focused there. Just a quick look at the mini-map. Wants to go back with the War Galleys. Cannot really take an engagement. Did for a small second see the crossbows there, I believe. Skirms controlling the front. Does not want to get landed. Has a lot of stone in the bank. Do you think that's for castle or maybe towers?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Japanese do have the option of going for a tower rush with Isama later on. But I think for now it's probably just going to be a castle defensively just to regain control of a coastline.
Yeah.
For now he's given up complete control of the water though. He's not going to fight.
Just build a second siege workshop there? Or was that the
I
university?
think that was the university.
Okay, okay.
Surely
Makes
that
so
was the
much
university,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, and the confirmation, it is a university.
Okay, stable in the back, doesn't really want to build anything. As you can see at the moment, only booming, nothing in the queue as well. This is a pretty passive game at the moment.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like the calm before the storm here. We're probably going to see a big engagement on the water so far in the next little bit. Liereyy is just harassing him from the shore. Actually managed to kill a Vill there. It's not the end of the world for LaaaN, but it's not too bad from Liereyy as well. Vill count is now 8 apart. How many TCs is Liereyy on? He's at 1, 2, 3. So solid economy from him as well. He's not really complaining too much. And he's getting his university as well.
He's catching up a lot in villagers now.
Yep.
He did snipe some at the front. Score is surprisingly close though.
Yeah, I was just going to say, personally as a player, I would prefer Lierey's position by far because I think you have the better Civ for late game, and I think his economy is in decent shape. Like you said, catching up with the Vill count. Let's take a look at how many resources LaaaN needs for Imperial Age here. 500 for food and 100 gold. Liereyy, about to click.
Oh boy.
Lierey's about to click.
Once we get Bracer, how well do the Galleons do against fast fire ships?
The Galleons, fast fire ships can catch them off guard, but with micro potential on open waters, like for example here, back here, if you can just kite away, the Galleons will destroy the fast fire ships. So
like it's trickier to kite with all the Galleons, right? If we get into like the 30 groups, like
yeah.
they're regrouping, and it's not that easy compared to like having 12 war galleys.
Yeah,
Castle Age.
You can always run away to your castle though. I do think that the fast fire ships can make a big play. It's kind of like Cavalier in a 1v1 match on land, where you can just do a big push, catch them off guard. But obviously you can always run away with the war galleys. Looks like Liereyy is microing away from the fire galleys or fire ships, taking a really good engagement here.
They're only now checking ballistics. LaaaN on the way to Imperial Age as well. He's following up 38% after it, and he stays on war galleys. So all this discussion with Hugo or how well fast fire ships will perform, well, can be completely ignored. I would love to see some more docks from him. Do you think he should build them at the front or in the back?
At this point, he should know that Liereyy is up faster. If he was looking at the score, I'm not sure if he does or not. He's going for the forward docks. You should build them on the side though.
Look at that archer sneaking around. And
is that one archer? I missed it.
It's now converted.
Oh, okay.
But before that, and Liereyy scouted around that he saw the added docks there at the front as well.
The little details with the scouting has been insane with Liereyy. With the scouts here, the archer on the land. Really, really nice. Yeah, let me zoom out here and see what LaaaN's going for. Oh, this is cool though. Sniping reinforcements, thinning out the numbers. That's not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful play there. Just snacking 1-2 war galleys. Military, well, Liereyy a handful ahead there. And, well, now has the advantage in villager counts as well. I don't really see any aspect of the game where LaaaN has an advantage at the moment.
But why did LaaaN stop
Look at that
making Vill
gold
counts?
as well.
Oh, the main gold can't. LaaaN's not making Vills. He's been at 75, now 74 forever. Queuing up Vills at the moment, and yeah, he's not able to get the docks up. This is slowly snowballing out of his control. Lierey's taking a lot of good fights here.
Yeah, we see all the upgrades in the book as well. Flying in, chemistry, we have, the defensive castle. Yeah. Makes sense if you want to go for Jasama Towers, we need the castle beforehand. Still has a lot of villages on stone, so that might be nice for the control. And
but why not the castle in front of the gold? You get a shoreline, you get the gold. I do agree, you get the shoreline, it's nice, but you don't get the gold. This is a big deal, and he's gonna realize it soon. Maybe
we scroll a bit further down. Can maybe Liereyy snipe from his own island if we build a castle there and get traps over here at the right-hand side?
Yeah, traps from here to here.
They could have gotten something.
To here. But even if just making the castle back here would be fine, I think. In any case, though, Lierey's going on both sides now, trying to find the army of LaaaN, trying to force an engagement before the upgrades kick in. We're now seeing chemistry coming in from Liereyy as well.
Liereyy going for yet another transporter. We have only now gillnets in the queue. That feels really weird. Maybe even a misclick from LaaaN here doesn't have any fishing ships left.
Yeah, that's really weird. That's probably a misclick. He probably wanted to go for maybe fast fire ships. Careening? I can't imagine what that upgrade would be. In any case, though, I think we're going to see it landing with rams from Liereyy. He's attacking into cap ram now. Yeah. That's very solid on water maps, actually. That's
so good against docks, against the towers. It helps out in galleon fights as well. LaaaN has no military at home, and if he builds a mangonel, that's not pretty as well.
Yeah, the mangonels will not be enough unless he gets Onager, which is obviously a big transition for himself. Looks like Liereyy is just picking off the docks on the front here while he can. And I like this from Liereyy. He's keeping some control. Let me just put it to normal speed here. It's been going kind of slow for a while. he's keeping control on both sides. So he's really keeping LaaaN boxed into this corner. So even if LaaaN has a big army, it's not in the right position. He's not able to defend his docks.
Oh man, yeah, you kind of want to build them like on the land edge. They're not really in the bottleneck. Yeah, you can get some more docks out, but well, they're already getting arrested. Interesting landing there.
I love this. He's gonna get some trebs out. He might even make another base here to eventually land from here to the mainland of LaaaN. I know it sounds confusing, but also trebs coming out to take down the castle. It's looking pretty good here, actually, from Mr. Liereyy.
Okay, so much control at the front. Population lead now up to 40. Liereyy, I think, with the zone map, he's looking pretty strong, and that looks like a good engagement, at least a good start into the engagement by him.
And to be honest, like, how do you take a good engagement for LaaaN? It's always going to be not cost efficient, unless he gets a blowout fight, because obviously Liereyy has the cheaper galleons. He does even have more galleons, and now we're seeing the trebs likely come up from this castle.
Well, once you get shipwright, it's pretty much even, but that's another 1k food invested, and LaaaN doesn't have the eco for that, so at the moment he's paying the full 90 wood.
Yeah, it's too expensive to get that upgrade right off the bat, so LaaaN is at a big disadvantage. Also, very efficient mining of the stone. This is exactly what you want to be doing in the stage of the game. Obviously he needs the mining camp, but I don't blame him. There's a lot going on at the moment, so that could happen.
Okay, maybe we switch into the POV of Mr. Liereyy again, who is raiding everywhere. He has galleons at 3 different spots here. Let's take a look where he controls and how he's trying to take some fights. Has to disengage here. Traps now moving forward. Jumps back to the eco. Another landing there on the island.
Siege Ram kicking in.
Trap upgrade as well. And yeah, just Outpost wants to be safe against all the landings, more on wood. And oh boy, is this guy fast.
Bro, I'm super impressed right now, not only by the speed, but also look at his resources. He's spending them perfectly. And the reason spending resources is efficient is because you are able to take into military options and take more and more advantages that way than keeping them stockpiled. So I'm very impressed with Liereyy's play right now, keeping those resources very low.
Yeah, that's so tricky, and as you can see, the tab at the top, and now, did you see, he didn't just right-click there, he did send the galleon stand ground to block the gold to maximum efficiency.
To hit the gold as well. He's doing everything right, even landing with the siege ram now on the side. He's making sure he's doing all the right plays, and at the same time.
Oh man, this is so brutal, and now let's take a look how the ram landing will fly in. The castle is going down regardless. 2 towers to defend behind this, but yeah, that's only to protect the stone. We have a big engagement at the left-hand side. Take a look at that, but LaaaN just has to retreat. Still doesn't have keep, and now the rams will come in any second.
It just feels like there's nothing much you can do besides just stall the game out with towers, run back, and try and hold on. But the problem is, once the siege ram kick in, how do you stop that? There's no option right now on the field. LaaaN can make a couple samurai maybe, but with the shoreline, obviously galleons can take care of those guys.
Okay, rams now going in, and well, he has 1 samurai that should easily get sniped by the galleons. Oh, make it 2. And well, they're actually doing a good job against the rams there, helping out quite a bit. And yeah, he is winning the fight at the left-hand side, but it just feels like a lost cause. Both the extra island going for Liereyy. Liereyy is blocking the gold. He has all the control. Now the landing with the traps as well.
So good. Lost the villagers. I think he wanted to go for a siege trap there. Very smart idea. LaaaN defends it nicely. So good job from LaaaN, but GG's called. Well played to Liereyy. Very impressive stuff, I think. Especially in that mid-late game. But can we talk about the early game a little bit here from LaaaN? What do you think of the strategy?
Well, it is #mind games, right? Vikings. As you said earlier, you don't have the fire galley, the strong unit to go for the aggressive front dog. He still front dogs. LaaaN might be thinking, okay, you are Vikings, you know that you cannot front dog because you will lose front dog versus front dog. Yeah. That's why you back dog. That's why I back dog, have the better fish, and then I land you regardless. #mind games.
Yeah, it just came down to, like you said, playing the meta, but not playing the meta. Playing the anti-meta of you know, the next move, the next step, than the standard. And I think it kind of was in favor of Liereyy, because he was able to go front dock, snipe the fish of LaaaN at the back right away, and then also prepare for that landing. It could have went better for LaaaN, but I don't think he played it bad. I think just Liereyy played well I think you credit to Liereyy to defend that landing. Quick walls came out, good reaction with the tower, and of course the archers as well.
Oh man, that was a solid play for sure. Never took any bad engagement, and oh boy, those quick walls after the scouts came in. I still question, like, do you really only want to attack with the 2 scouts? Maybe you felt, okay, I need to do damage ASAP, but for me it feels like you have to have 3 scouts that even if you get it, you have to do the damage.
Yeah, like even regardless of those quick walls, you can just fight with Vils to fend off 2 scouts. I definitely agree with you there. It might have came down to LaaaN not being that experienced, or maybe feeling like as the underdog, he has to force the issue, trying to force the damage onto Liereyy. And in the end, it just kind of didn't really pay off. Liereyy was able to do the quick walls and get off to a nice economy. And obviously in the end, we're seeing the big picture now. 3 TCs from Liereyy, 10 forward docks, control of both islands. And this was pretty much an outcome of just defending that early landing and getting full control of the water.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful execution here by Mr. Liereyy. We'll take a look at the statistics together. Yep.
Good stuff here. So a lot of stars for Liereyy at that front one. KD, kind of, you know, more or less even, but a significant advantage for, or decent advantage for Liereyy.
Building raised.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. 17-0.
Rams and traps.
Yeah, Rams and traps.
Largest
exactly.
army also. 77-43. It's tricky to take good engagement if you have like way fewer ships at every angle.
And more expensive ships. Like it just felt like LaaaN had no option there in the mid game. Going to economy as well. Economy is the most interesting because LaaaN, like you said, had more villagers, had the better economy early. But Liereyy with hand
Those
cards.
are 2 different things,
yeah,
right?
true. Yeah.
Having more villagers and having the better economy because Vikings bonus,
Hand
free
cards.
wheelbarrow, free hand card.
That is a very good point. I didn't even realize what's better at certain points. I think overall here, over all the game, we can see that Liereyy had the better economy by quite a margin as well. That's at least was a 10k total. Resources more for Liereyy, maybe just under that. Technology, obviously, the Imperial time slightly faster, might have impacted the game. And then finally, more Vils, 20 more. And that's going to be the game over. Dominating performance from Liereyy and on the home map of LaaaN as well.
Yeah, that's sick with the play. And we will jump into the home map of LaaaN, the second home map of LaaaN, game number 4, as we stated there. Of LaaaN, maybe we will just erase the G1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Might be just a bit confusing. And maybe we can get the overlay guy in here. Here's a shield day. And now I hear steps running in. Oh, this guy who wants to update the score and want to gray out islands just arrived. Hi. He wants me to be professional and like talk about the games and not let everyone know that he left his spot.
Only so much we can stall for him.
20?
Yeah, it's 2-0.
2-0. Yeah. Oh
For
god,
LaaaN.
didn't even watch the game or what?
Let's see if we can
What
confuse
were
him a
you
little bit.
doing, man? Man.
I don't think he deserves his 3%, to be honest. Maybe
Yeah.
drop that down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Like he was late once
Late,
now.
yeah, that's minus 10%. Yeah.
2.7.
Try.
What am I doing with all the overlay guy money? What?
Oh, some Nili math there. That was impressive. Good stuff. 2.7, 3%, 10%. That was
Okay.
good. Good math, yeah.
Maybe I should be a math teacher.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
All
Okay.
right. It looks like, did they relaunch here on Arena?
They look really focused, right?
Okay, and
Or am I?
I hope you can be the main caster now. And I apologize to the stream if I
No,
sucked at
I really enjoyed it, honestly.
Okay,
Like, the trash talking is so much easier for me if I do it from the side.
that,
Yeah.
that is very true, yeah.
Okay, they launched the game and paused.
Okay.
And yeah, we're still on here. As you can see, LaaaN is now moving over. Maybe they just launched the game and felt like, it's 2 minutes in. Let's take a toilet break.
All right, looks like...
And they have the wrong colors again. So I will be the angry Nili. And let me see, do we have the all rooms cam? A restart.
There's no restart.
Ah. I will just show you this.
What's wrong with the gold?
That's what? What's wrong with the gold?
What? What? Why do you want
What?
gold inside? He doesn't have a perfect... Oh, wood he was talking about.
Oh, there's no wood inside. But that's how I oh.
Ooh, Nili, you're the admin, bro. I can't help you there. I don't know what's the call here.
Like, technically it's not a restart, but I think Arena should be played with safe wood. I think that's how the map is designed.
You can easily just put a market there, but I'd agree in the
still
admin
a market,
yeah.
like still you can trust him.
Yeah, no, I agree with the admin here.
We have to give an admin restart.
Yeah.
So maybe we jump into. I can show you my POV.
Just play
right?
a trailer. That's how you always stall for time.
So oh no, why am I not in the? Why am I not showing the game? Wow, we are yours now.
What?
Yeah, show mine
Oh,
quickly,
yeah.
and I can show the map, so people will see what happened. And so this is the map, guys. That's the only wood we had in the left, in the back, and over here wood was far off. And yeah, as I said, I feel like this is not how arena should be played. And he had still the wrong map, right? We have to go for Golden Pit, by the way.
True. It should be Golden Pit.
Could you go over there and tell them that they even picked the wrong map? That's so bad. Oh, yeah.
Well, first series. It's like the first game of the day when you're
First series.
streaming. First series of the tournament. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be good. And now they realize.
Oh, obviously they're laughing. Look at their faces.
Okay, so let's talk about Golden Pit a little bit here because let's bring it back.
My favorite civilization is Mayans.
Mayans for this one?
Well, now, like, it's funny. Like, LaaaaaN now knows that he cannot face Mayans.
That is true, and Liereyy knows they can't face Persians.
We're in the point of view of LaaaaaN, who's super confused not finding Golden Pit because it's just a standard map.
LaaaN, G. Oh, but it's different.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Oro. Oro Pito.
Okay, I don't understand that.
Oro is gold.
Oh, gold, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can go out of the game.
Oh, looks like we're seeing. So we see the civs. I know the spectators don't, or the viewers don't see it. It looks like it's gonna be Aztecs from LaaaN, and I think it's gonna be Britons from Britons from Liereyy. So Aztecs versus Britons here, and the game just launched. We'll see if we can get it for you guys in a second. Sorry. I join. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be waiting for the game. I still can't see it. I'm in lobby browser. That makes sense. All right, I'm in the game in a second. All right, so it's gonna be Aztecs versus Britons. I'm inside the game, so if you can switch to my overlay, that'll be great. And looking good. So we have LaaaN in the red. That's his correct color. And he's playing as Aztecs for Golden Pit. Not a bad civilization. I think actually one of the best on this map. Obviously, he knows that Mayans cannot be picked from Liereyy because he picked them in arena. But I still think either way, Aztecs will be a fine choice here. The one thing right off the bat I don't like about his map, though, is that both golds are in the same spot. Does have a really easy wall, though, with all these woodlands. Over on the other side, we have Liereyy playing in blue as the Britons. And Britons are known for their archer play, and they also have a good economy to back it up. Decent walls with the woodlands as well. You can see it just goes all the way around and has a little bit better golds here. Way better golds, actually, both in the back and a bit spread out. So he probably won't get pressured there. And just in the map, if you guys aren't familiar with it, there's a lot of gold in the center, but not like Gold Rush. It is actually in a pit, hence the name of the map, Golden Pit. And so you don't want to get in here too early because then you're going to be taking fights downhill. It's not going to be pretty, but of course there's a lot of gold to be taken. So late game, mid game, a lot of focus will be in the center. And we'll see what they're going to go for here as far as strategies. I probably expect Liereyy to go for a Drush fast castle, or even maybe a straight fast castle with Britons, just because, you know, the power spike with Britons really comes in Castle Age, because that's when they get their cheaper TCs, that's when they get their extra range on their crossbows. So the faster you get the Castle Age, the better position Liereyy will be in with the Britons. You can see him luring the deer as well right there. So yeah, I expect with this map probably Drush FC. Over on LaaaN's side, I don't think you want to go FC versus Britons. I don't think that's the right call. He's better off probably going for men-at-arms and maybe even towers to try and break through the Briton defense. But again, I'm only talking theory here. Liereyy can easily decide not to go for a fast castle in the end. I'm only talking, what might be the best strategy in theory for Liereyy. And I think LaaaN going men-at-armed into forward towers could be a way to break that fast castle from Liereyy if he does decide to go for it. A little bit too early to tell, though. We're now seeing them, each player scouting the opponent player. On the view lock here, or sorry, the Fog of War. Oh, does see the boar. Will he try to name that one?
I think so. No, he's not allowed to.
No, but name the villager of it.
Name the villager?
Yeah.
Well, you need to get on to the other side. Thanks for asking me something as well. Nice cooperation here.
Well, I thought you were busy with the overlay guy, man.
You're really worth your 4% there. And yeah, on the side note, we found the issue with the sound on the other computer. So yeah, walling like laming there won't be an option.
Yeah.
He scouted 4 villagers on wood, nothing too special there from our Britain player. Question, if you know, Mayans are blocked, and you know your opponent, like, my first assumption was Lierey's going Brits.
Yeah.
What is the perfect counter pick to Britons?
So like the common answer would be Goths, but actually I don't think Goths counter Britons actually in reality, because supply champions with longbows behind or with arbalets behind will beat Huskrolls and champions from Goths. So Britons actually should win Goths in this matchup. The counter to Britons I don't think is so much with the civ, I think it's more so with the strategy. And I think Vikings going men-at-arm forward with like their strong economy is an option, and LaaaN still has that available. And I think Aztecs going same thing, men-at-arm forward or early aggression is also a good option.
How good are skirms with Attal upgrades?
Yeah, not bad, but they're lacking the last armor upgrade. So Arbalest will still probably be able to pick those off. Did Liereyy lose a build there? I don't think so, right? No kills, no deaths. No big deal. Okay, so let's see. LaaaN is actually scouting a fair bit now. Let's take a look at what he has seen. I hate this casting thing.
You have to click Fog on War and All Visible.
Of course, because that makes sense, right? And yeah, so LaaaN sees exactly what Lierey's map looks like. He does see the backwood, does see the easy wall off that Liereyy does have available, but LaaaN at home is walling up himself.
Very
I
early
don't
there.
know if I agree with that.
Well, it will be the defensive play, and it felt like yeah, the kind of standard play. He also put the 2 houses there, as you can see a bit below. Oh, I only saw 2 red dots. So it will be what it looks like, Drush FC with Aztecs against Britons.
It's
then
not
you
the
have
end of the
to
world.
go for Eagles.
Not necessarily. You can open crossbow because, like, I know. It's weird. Nili's off the screen now. Like, you can open crossbow, or like open mangonel, something like that. You don't, because going eagle too fast, it's too expensive to get the upgrades. That will be worse than crossbow, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. So going crossbow and playing defensive, it's only 1 range. Remember that. So sure, you cannot take good fights, but you're
only going 1 archer range defensive crossbow with that stacks.
No, it's you go 2 range. It's only 1 range that Liereyy has advantage with Britons. That means. He has +1 range from Britons. And that's not a huge deal. You can still defend with the crossbows from Aztecs.
Okay.
But again, it's not ideal. I'm just trying to make the best out of what we're seeing here, which is barracks and full walls. I would not go for this myself, but that's maybe what LaaaN is thinking here.
No militia in the queue yet, but yeah, we will see that in like 1-2 pop as well. Has 500 food, and yeah, that doesn't look like a drush. It looks like Man-at-Arms now goes. Oh, what is that? A wolf rush?
On Golden Pit? Okay, it looks like just that one wolf though. We'll clean it up.
Confusing the maps or what? I saw a T90 video with NBL, and he went for so many wolves, and it was something with gold. Let's build a militia as well and send him to the front.
Yeah, so
Liereyy woo!
Alright, so I think Liereyy, no way he confused the maps. He should know. We practiced this map.
Please don't tell me he doesn't know. Oh, that villager will be late.
Oh my god,
it's only
intense.
1 scout and a low spearman, right? Oh, and now the quick wall with the gate there. That's so close. That's such a bad wall for the long game.
But you realize this doesn't matter, right? Because this militia is like half dead.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but he has to re-wall the further front.
For sure. I just think that LaaaN's overreacting here. But obviously he doesn't know that it's 1 militia, so
yeah, it's impossible to know for sure. And LaaaN is going up, so there will be Man-at-Arms into fully walled Liereyy. Remember, was it LaaaN against Daniel, I believe, was a series, where LaaaN actually played a pretty similar strategy to Liereyy. Wanted to go very greedy, and Daniel played a super aggressive game and punished him in the qualifier there.
Yes.
Apathy of Death flying in with 250 bidders. Thank you for hosting NSC3, and go Hera!
My boy, Apathy of Death, thank you for the good luck and for the big dono towards Mr. Nili in the prize pool. This is forcing way too much from reaction from LaaaN. Like, my man idled like 2 vills, made a lot of walls from just 1 militia, and I think he's going to go straight FC here, not even bothering with the drush himself.
Makes some sense in my opinion, but let's take a look at 500 food, 200 gold. That's too much on gold, I even have to say, right? Maybe he buys 100 food?
Yeah, or sell. I don't know.
Wood isn't looking too great either.
There are a lot of farms. A lot of
idle villagers there under the GC as well.
Not a fan of this build so far. We'll see. Maybe he has the buying the gold or buying the food in mind. Over on Lierey's position, let's take a look at what his resources look like. Keep in mind he did invest into that 1 militia. Looking standard for Liereyy. He'll be just fine. Also taking advantage of the deer here.
Yeah, 5 on gold already. That feels a bit too much from what my coach would have told me.
Yeah, again, these players are They know the theory. They should know the theory, but they're not playing it according to plan. Too much on gold for both of them. It shouldn't really matter in the end, but your coach is still right. He's always right, so listen to him. No, I'm just saying. But we're seeing the blacksmith market. This will tell me he wants to go siege shop, most likely. Siege shop defense. Mangonels. It could be eagles as well. You think eagles?
Yeah, it will be like Mangonel defense, maybe eagles, but I don't like it.
He's going eagles.
Okay, so it is full eagles. You have to go for both defense upgrades, but honestly, in this land setting, it's like was playing with such a small ping. It's Lierey's micro. You need to split around it. It's so ugly. I don't really see LAN getting too much map control.
Yeah. So let me just explain something, because like eagles should counter archers, right? In theory, like they have a lot of pierce armor, but they cost too much to get all that pierce armor. With the upgrade from the blacksmith, obviously from the barracks as well, it's just way easier to make crossbows. It's just way cheaper. I have a big favor for Liereyy right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, doesn't have the greatest amount of farms, but probably will go on to some more after those villagers finish their berries. Look at how low the eagle is flying there.
What?
The bird, how low?
What?
He's like, that's like 3 meters high.
he's
like
cruising low.
He wasn't far away from flying against the archery range there.
I can't believe he even got over that wall, actually. But speaking of the real eagles here, let's see how many LAN has queued up. Don't think it's that many, right? Is he going for those?
We're seeing one in the queue, one moving out. Doesn't want to take the
out.
fight. Okay, 2 more out. He doesn't want to take the fight in Fuel Age now. Is he opening up to go back? No. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's keeping it back. That is actually quite smart. Yeah, doesn't want to lose it to the scout. We're seeing no upgrades on the eagles.
Oh,
by
that's
the way.
so ugly. And now he loses so many HP on this one eagle. Like, why did he ungarrison? Now the villager.
I'm just struggling to see what the plan is for LAN, because obviously you want to boom after going for Drush FC. Usually that's the plan, add in some more TCs, but you can't really add in TCs if you have no map control, and I don't think he has map control with these few eagles. This could be very ugly. We're seeing a Vil disguised with, as an archer here with a bow. Forward siege?
I would say stable. Going for some knights. That's a weird choice for sure. Look at Lance resource as well. 165 stone. That means he already built some stone walls here as well. Left hand side, I like that. Siege workshop as well at the front. So that's kind of an aggressive game. Both players realize how important the center area is.
Yeah. Now I love the stable from Liereyy. I was a bit questioning at first, but he expects a siege workshop from LAN. Keep in mind, he didn't scout this. This is all theory play from
if we
Liereyy.
go into fights, I need bigger zoom in.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, zoom in,
I need to get into the feeling.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Scorpion coming out. Okay, not a bad choice here. Not a great one though. Barking Arrow is already in for Liereyy. What do you think about that one?
Scorpion, it isn't the killer unit, right?
Is that a hole? Oh no, it's not a hole.
Oh, and now we can reach the gold there as well with the +1 range. I think he can squeeze him between the barracks there. I think he's too scared of the Mangonel.
Yeah, he knows that the Mangonel might come out, so he doesn't really want to take that risk. So maybe that mind game Scorpion there was not too bad. Eagles are now upgraded for LAN, but again, before you get that +2, archers still win quite convincingly.
Okay, +1 defense, stable. How much are we building at the moment? Okay, one knight for now. You can see the tab at the right-hand side. No crossbows in the queue at the moment. Is Liereyy fine with those numbers? +1 defense for his horses.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I guess he really wants to snipe the siege. He's not gonna leave it up to micro, which is kind of good. And with these numbers, he can still easily take away the eagle pressure. Scorpion's now taking a couple shots. You look at the micro from Liereyy though. He's not taking any damage here, or barely any.
Okay, we're in the POV of Mr. Liereyy, although I can't see it. And he's trying to dodge the Scorpion shots there and is doing a pretty good job of that. And, well, now the Knights are coming in, tries to take the uphill fight.
Very nice play from Liereyy, dodging most of those Scorpion shots, and 2 Scorpions for 1 crossbow and some damage. That's probably not worth it for LAN, who's now feeling the pressure. How do you defend this with Eagles and Siege? Not really away, right?
Okay, pretty sweet stuff. 4-3 KD. Actually, pretty little killing actually happened in this game. 2 second barracks now being added. Siege workshop behind this, and Liereyy, well, he wants to continue pressuring the goal, but is still scared of another Mangonel. He sees the flag on that siege workshop.
So still a Scorpion here, so it's still, again, mind games, whether it's a Mangonel or a Scorpion. Liereyy has no way of knowing, so you should assume it's a Mangonel, pretty much.
Look at how he splits around as well.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. We're seeing the Eagles. This is really nice. So again, catching reinforcements. We've seen this before.
Yeah, he did that so well in the Islands game as well. Take a look. Eagles are getting well, ambitious knight there.
Yeah, he was taking them all on. Does end up trading 1 for 1. Not the worst thing in the world. Really, really smart from LaaaN though. I like this a lot because this is the best thing he can do with his army, and he's doing it. And I think that seeing that is really nice. Are we still on 1 TC from both players here? It looks like 1 TC from LaaaN and 1 TC from Liereyy as well. Yeah, so 1 TC from both players. Very aggressive game so far. Eagles do get cleaned up at the front, but at the cost of quite a few army from Liereyy.
Okay, siege workshop at the front. As we said, going down, only a Scorpion, no big Mangonel investment there. And honestly, like, what's keeping Liereyy from just sitting here till the game ends?
Both golds are here. I don't really know what he can do because you can't really make Mangonels versus Lierey's micro.
Like,
skirmishers, maybe?
And he will lose his siege workshop pretty soon as well. So
Yeah.
what is it, like triple barracks now goes for mass eagles? Military count is looking pretty brutally in favor of our Austrian player, 20-8 or even 24-11.
Yeah. So actually, one thing to consider though is that maybe a big eagle swing, like 3 barracks once he gets this +2 armor. I'm not sure if he has that yet or not. Let me quickly check this eagle. He does have +2 armor. I think big eagle play is the good option for him. The problem is if Liereyy expects that and continues to add in knights, which it looks like he's doing, the knights are still flooding in. He will always win fights with crossbow knights.
It's so easy. Barracks might go down as well. This game will end any second, honestly. Like he's pushed off the gold. He already sold his stone. I wouldn't be surprised if he's selling wood and food as well. He's now taking this one last engagement any second, and well, we only have 4 knights there with +1 defense, but I think Liereyy can just fall back.
I think once the barrack goes down, or once it's about to go down, he's going to have to jump the gun here. He's going to have to take an engagement. Let me quickly go to normal speed here. Eagle's coming in, and it looks like he's going to go for it now. Let's see the upgrades. No forging. I don't know about this one.
Oh.
Liereyy backs up.
Okay, wants to protect his crossbows, goes back, takes 1 shot, goes back, the eagle moonwalking in as well. What a beautiful job, look at that, 3 eagles on before the engagement really started. Liereyy, mistimed a bit there, and knights are going down. Liereyy didn't lose a single crossbow though.
You cannot clear this army though, so Liereyy will always win fights, right?
He's even moving in further. Gold villagers are on it again. Now tries to go for the gate, but it's still not protecting the gold. Those walls were too small.
Yeah, and you simply cannot wall out the Britain crossbows unless he did a massive wall here. These ones are not cutting it, like you said. And also that gate, no armor because it's not completed. You can easily go in. He's just going to kill the barracks for now. But honestly, solid play from Liereyy to add in the knights, like to buffer there, the meat shield. Works really well here.
20 population lead, military is 20 ahead. Liereyy and LaaaN kind of having the same economy, going again for his move that kept him in the game to end this one potentially as well, cutting reinforcements.
It's such an important idea, and I see a lot of players miss on this, but LaaaN has done it so well a bunch of times now. These eagles are useless. They're not going to fight at the front. The best thing you can do is either counter raid, which you can't because Lierey's walled, so then you just snipe reinforcements. It's the best thing to do. Liereyy, though, doesn't really need reinforcements at this point. Has all of these crossbows available, and again, LaaaN only making scorpions.
That's so weird. Well, I see the reasoning, right? What would you do? You have 7 range, crossbows 8 range, and well, do you ever get a solid shot in with your mangles? Probably not. Killing a scorpion, you are guaranteed some damage, but he is not aiming for guaranteed small damage. He needs a comeback.
Yeah. He needs a big shot here. Liereyy, by the way, is not adding in extra TCs. I think he might be adding in 1 now. Yeah, there to the front. I like that he didn't add in early TCs because he knew if I just pressure these 2 forward golds, who cares about economy, right? It's all about the military presence.
What would you have thought of a defensive tower there?
From LaaaN?
Yeah.
I think if you do a defensive, well, first of all, I think he sold his stone, right? So
yeah, but late. That was mid-castle age.
Okay, so maybe instead of selling stone, I think it probably would have kept him a little bit more alive. It would have given him a lot more freedom, that's for sure.
And you can just mass up the eagles in the back and then come with a surprise attack of 35 eagles.
When you want to. Like, you're not forced to take it. I definitely agree with that, actually. Defensive tower might have been the play there.
There is now taking the center where most of the gold is. LaaaN himself, how much gold does he have left? He has nearly math, around 3k gold still at home. That's not too much, and now the crosses are moving in. How many villagers kills will they find?
So far, the military is 39-22 in favor of Liereyy. Obviously, a lot more crossbows. KD as well in favor of Liereyy. Let's see the vills. It should be at least 2 here, I think, yeah. LaaaN's reaction was actually pretty good there, but there's not much you can do versus the long range. Good split.
Oh man, yeah, that's so brutal. And well, LaaaN has to run again. It's so pretty for him. And yeah, look at his face as well. He is not looking too happy. There's like, oh god, another engagement didn't go in my favor.
Yeah, and the thing is, LaaaN's not doing that bad with what he has. I just think that the strategy he just didn't think of all the way through. The Aztecs are, in theory, really good versus Britons once you get the big Eagles in Imperial Age, but in Castle Age, when both players go Rush FC, Britons will have simply the better units.
Yeah, I didn't like this engagement at all, or the idea. Let's take a look at the big push there in the center. Let's take a look at the other side, because that's breaking in, and the crossbows are blocking this one off from the villagers, dying. House 1 down, house 2 pretty low, but the knights can squeeze in regardless. Oh god! Oh, this is looking rough for LaaaN.
There's no way he takes a good fight here. He should invest into a Mangonel. I think the only way he comes back is if Liereyy overextends and gets a big shot down on him. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Looks like a little bit more calm now. Liereyy goes back. These Eagles are still running around doing something. Liereyy has full control of the center with a lot of vision. Can we actually go to the point of view of Liereyy here?
No.
No? Okay. Done. So
the game is already over. We're just some seconds behind.
There it is. Okay, I was like, okay, I have no say here. Nili knew more. So yeah, GG from LaaaN. Liereyy takes the series 3-0 and takes that last game in style. What do you think about it?
Yeah, as I said, like, it was predictable that Liereyy is going Britons here. And I think you have to prepare a defensive or like a counter strategy. I think you have to either go for man-at-arm aggression, put on the pressure in some other way, but just wall up and let your opponent go for his desired army composition. Doesn't feel like a winning game plan.
Yeah, and at no point in that game did I feel like, oh, LaaaN has something up his sleeve, because he would have to have a miracle engagement to take care of the crossbows. Maybe like, I don't know, FC Skirmishers could have been the play, but I think the mistake was going for fast gas. So I think Aztecs aren't a bad pick here, but better would be man-at-arm forward, like you said in that Daniel game, to try and count, like pressure the Rush FC.
Yeah. Or like other good aggressive civilizations like Bulgarians, maybe Malians, and just put on the pressure with man-at-arms. Maybe Malians not that good because you don't have proper skirms.
Well, you have the champions with a lot of pierce armor. That's not too bad as well.
Yeah. Well,
I think that the key was to play either Britons to mirror it or to just play aggressively. There's not 2 ways. You cannot mirror Rush FC versus Britons with another civ, basically.
Yeah, maybe if you got Byzantines and massive amount of skirmishes, but it doesn't make me too happy. Then you're super vulnerable against the Knights, which again, Liereyy just falls back, gets earlier to Arbalest.
But honestly, like, sick play from Liereyy to add in the Knights. I feel like it's underrated here. Like, the timing on everything was really good. A lot of players would add a TC. I think me, personally, would probably add a second TC. Come late on the night switch, might take a bad fight, but Liereyy had the response at the perfect time every time.
Absolutely, and well, a lot of people had high hopes for him. We did the seeding of all the players, and he even squeezed in some C2s there. So interesting to see what he has to offer, and we will take a look at the achievements.
Yep. So, I got this. He doesn't trust my casting skills.
Go cast.
So, KD in favor of Liereyy. What was saying? Largest army as well. Double for Liereyy, which makes sense because he has the cheaper unit, but still nice to see. Building raised, of course. Economy. Overall, kind of even, right? Let's say the same. It didn't come down to economy. It really came down to the fights and.
Pretty solid fast castle times by both, right? 16-9, 16-6. I can live with that.
I actually think it should have been faster for LaaaN because he didn't make a drush.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's not bad, but it could be faster. It's fine. It's solid for you.
I would have been happy.
Yeah, Nili would be happy.
If it's 2 digits, I'm happy.
16 minutes. Exactly, yeah. There you go. Nili's happy with that fast castle time. And let's take a look at the timeline here. It felt like Lierey's always in
it was pretty even, but look at like dark line, as you all know. And why are we switching to my PC, Felix? That's so weird. Well, we had my PC the whole time? No.
No
right?
way. No.
We just randomly switched. Weird. Yeah. And so dark line is, as you all know, the military. And yeah, it was just getting bigger and bigger. Never got a real hit in.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty good. Pretty good series. Do I do the interview now with the players?
You will do the interview.
Okay,
luckily, Hera wrote down all the questions to prepare for the interview. Oh no, it's the wrong side.
I was the main caster, to be fair, though.
Oh, I should have done the
Yes,
interview.
There you go. Or at least do something, right? While you're sitting here.
Yeah.
But
So what did the schedule say? The schedule should say 15:30 GMT. That's in 25 minutes. That's the next series. That sounds good. After interview, I will do a quick Q&A, and the other players are setting themselves up. We will have TheMax against Mr. Yo, and you can go over there. The next casters will be Mr. Onlu together with Dave. After that, we'll have TheViper against Mr. Hera himself, cast by Liereyy and Turkman. And the main event of the evening, DauT and TaToH will clash it out with TheViper and Dave casting. That should be something pretty sick as well. Now you saw Hera leave in that direction, and now he will come, oh, look at that, look at that. And Hera with the small laugh. And yeah, I will hand you over. Overlay guy is running there, and we'll give them the microphone. And he was always telling, yeah, talking to the microphone properly so everyone can understand you. So I think I will get to go any second. Pretty damn sweet series. Liereyy absolutely on point. He will face all the other players tomorrow. He will play against someone who also won. Someone apparently gifted 100 subs. Something I can't see on our overlay at the moment, but overlay guy looks confused, so sounds reasonable. Thank you so much. Do we know who that was? It was no one. So I'm just getting flamed for no reason in my chat. Thanks, overlay guy. All good. Thank you so much, guys. And now we will hand over to the overview. Could you still give me the other scene? I'm only seeing Streamlabs at the moment. And sorry. And yeah, I will send you over to the interview. Look down below. We will have the updated scores for the players. And left-hand side, Liereyy happy. Hera and Liereyy are taking it over. No, they're not. They're not. Overlay guy is shaking his head. So I can just lip sync here. Hera saying like, oh lol, AM, we made something happen. You potato, you out microed him. But yeah, luckily it was only LAN. And Liereyy like, yeah, I should have made a career in DauT. And they're like, microphone check, microphone check. Oh no, microphone check.
Set. Alright. Go. Okay, so hello, Mr. Liereyy, and he's coming off a clean 3-0 victory over LAN. So how are you feeling right now, my man?
Well, obviously very good. Just won the first series. Winning the first one is always a bit tricky because obviously it's the first games on this set for him and for me, so we're both a little bit shaky. But yeah, obviously feeling good.
Okay, good stuff. So let's go through the games here. I have nothing prepared, by the way, so I'm winging everything.
Nice. It's a classic game.
As usual, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, game one, we saw Arabia, Chinese versus Mayans. And Nili was asking me some questions about why not Mesosiv for you, and I said that Chinese is actually really strong these days. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're pretty strong. I think, especially, he picked Mayans, right, in the first map. Yeah. Mayans also got nerfed in the blooms, which a lot of people...
Right? Yeah, once at the start of the
I don't know. I know that they got nerfed.
All right.
The cost and the thing which, like, I don't know, Mesosivs are kind of weird now because also infantry bug out a lot.
True.
And Mesosivs rely a lot on infantry, especially Aztecs. So I'm not sure how they are right now. Still gotta test them.
Okay, fair enough. So one more question about that game here. Remember you went Skirm Knights and he went for like crossbow eagles?
Yeah.
I said that when I was casting that eagles is actually a mistake because they're never gonna match knights. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess his thoughts were that the eagles were tanking the knights while he kills my knights with Expo. But it ended up happening that I just had 10 or 15 more knights.
Yeah, eagles tanked like for the 2 seconds, they all died.
Yeah, 50 HP chicken wings.
Yeah, happens. Are we muted the whole time?
No, apparently it was fine. Ready, set, go, says overlay guy. I'm going over there, asking overlay guy. Oh, he's working something.
Okay, so I have no idea what's going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Did he take away your freedom?
Oh no, they can hear me.
Oh yeah, you want this?
Overlay guy, they heard me the whole time, right?
True.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's minus another 10%. Overlay guy's gonna end up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going negative.
Literally.
You'll have to pay after the NAC extra.
Okay. So we were good the whole time. All right. So back on topic, eagles and Castley just didn't do the trick. What else should he have done then, besides eagles?
I honestly don't know. Like,
Resign.
resign, pick another seat, pick another map.
Game's
Like,
over, man.
probably like
Defensive, like Siege and Monks, no?
yeah. The thing about Mesa Civs is they're not really strong in Feudal Age or Castle Age. Like Eagles used to be good in Feudal Age, but they got nerfed as well. Now the infantry bug and all the other stuff.
Yeah, so
So I don't know. I feel like their strong point is in fast imp.
yeah.
But then again, how do you want to fast imp on Arabia? Like map is pretty open. So
Yeah. I just think that's like Skirm Knights with Chinese economy is like very, very strong
Yeah.
against Mezzo. They have very little option. All right, so that's gonna be game 1. Game 2 on I think it was Islands. That was actually a nice game with the landing.
Yeah.
Did you expect that strategy? And why did you make a forward dock with Vikings?
well, obviously Japanese are not gonna go full water against Vikings because Vikings are just insane on water and have lower cost galleys and better economy as well in some way. So I expected him to go back dock FC or something like that, or landing. It was one of those two. I knew he wouldn't be fully crushing against Vikings because who does that? Like,
Yeah.
it's like asking to lose. And when I saw his back dock, I was like immediately thinking landing. So I was kind of prepared already when his scouts came.
Right.
And I don't know, it was quite an interesting game. Like, I think if you have to land, like in that case, he had to land sometime. If you have to land, you have to take water back at some point because
Right.
fishing ships are just way too powerful.
He
with
tried
deep fish.
though.
Yeah, he did.
He
He
added
did a
some
good
water,
job. Like
yeah.
he killed all my fishing ships, and then we both had equal eco basically. He probably even had more vills or something because I added my TC a bit and lost here and there 1 or 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall it was like really back and forth, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
a certain point, like once you cleared up the landing and all that stuff.
And then
you
it was
just
kind of even, and it was
dribble.
like he probably had a few more vills, but he didn't have hand card, I guess.
True. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened actually.
Yeah, and then I had probably still more, like 20 ships left, which is just the advantage of being Vikings.
Yeah, like you
And
have,
then he couldn't ever fight me in Castle Age.
yeah,
so,
that's exactly what happened. It's like he
Yeah.
was casting the game actually. So
Yeah.
yeah, well done. You couldn't take any fights. So that's gonna be game 2. You end up just. I like the siege ramp and the middle island. Oh, the scouts in the middle island is
Yeah,
clean, my boy.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good stuff. Yeah, scouting.
Save the scouts.
Yeah, yeah. And then scouted the map, seeing where he's gonna attack you from.
Yeah.
And then you went siege ramp Trebs. It was like the perfect way to end the game. So
Yeah.
yeah, well done there. All right, so that's game 3. So that's game 2. Game 3, we saw Aztecs versus Brins on Golden Pit. What do you think of that Civ matchup and how it played out?
Well, if there's one weakness of Mesa Civs, then it's gold. If they don't have gold, they're useless. And on Golden Pit, you only have 2 free gold piles. And obviously those were together forward kind of frame, so you had a pretty bad map. And all I had to do was idle those 2 golds, and I knew the game was over. So
Yeah, so Drush FC, he tried to go for like Drush FC Eagles or just FC Eagles in the end with some Scorpions. Do you think at all you were worried about that, or did you think like it was very easy for you to outplay that with the crossbow?
well, I'm pretty sure that was his only play actually, because if you look at my map was just pretty much perfect. He couldn't have done anything in Feudal Age. We were also too far away from each other, so that
Okay.
wasn't an option. And well, then you have to go FC on some units in AFC because you can't just let the middle go away, especially with Aztecs. So I think Siege Eagles were the right play, but then again, I can just make Knights go full 1TC myself and counter his units. So
What do you think about FC Skirmishers from Aztecs?
and then I can just make 1-2 Mangalas and then wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have been able to pressure his gold, but I would still be ahead in economy and have the better units after.
Mango's
I wait a
coming.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. Honestly, I just feel like going FC in that map with Aztecs not the right play. I said maybe Feudal Age pressure with Men Arm Tower. Were you scared of that? Do you think it could have worked?
I mean, it's an option, but it couldn't have worked in my case because
Okay.
my map was just too good.
Yeah, you're just a way too good of a player. I get it. No, but
Then as well, Kappa.
yeah, 2 back golds there. You were chilling. Pretty much nothing can pressure them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So next series is going to be Yo and Max. So I guess one last question for you. What do you think the score will be? I'm not paid to say this, by the way. I just came up with it.
Yeah. Gonna be a close series, I believe. I don't know what to expect from Max. I haven't seen him play in like forever. I know Yo is playing very good, in a very good shape. So I'm gonna go with Yo. 3-2 or 3-1.
3-2, 3-1 for Yo.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that, but we'll see. Max usually prepares for
Yeah.
most tournaments, especially with Villese being there as well. So they for sure have something up their sleeves
Yeah.
as well. And one last question, actually. Why no AM's sellout shirt? I thought we agreed on this.
I forgot, man.
Oh my god.
Come on. I'm gonna leave it word in
Disaster
knockout
player.
stages, you know.
Disaster. Knockout stage.
Yeah.
This is your knockout stage. You're getting
What are you
knocked out.
talking about, man?
Okay, all right. So that's going to be it for us, the interview. So I think hopefully Nili can see this and just do something else.
Yeah.
Nili, save us,
Switch
please.
scene.